I'm sorry I asked John to go first because that's quite an act to follow. But Father Jabo, faculty, members of the administration, and fellow men of Prep. I know I need to keep this short. John talked longer than he was supposed to, so I'll cut mine even shorter. John faxed me last night some of the points he was going to make, and I don't want to re-say the same thing. But I think a little bit of my life history actually is something everyone should be thinking about, because when I did move back to Erie, my parents were of modest means. My dad was a welder at Bucyrus Erie. My mom worked then at the Green Stamp Store, and you're not going to know what that is, but some of the older people here know what that is. And the biggest thing they could do for me was the sacrifice to be able to send me to Catholic schools. And after going to St. James grade school, I had the privilege of being able to come to this place and be part of that class of 1978. And I'm glad to see some of my classmates here helping with the school today, Paul Simon and John Day. At Prep, I received an incredible math and science education, and that education enabled me to get accepted into the Gannon-Honman program. That program enabled me, after just 2 years of college, to get accepted into medical school. And what was beneficial about that is that I was able to live at home. Again, that doesn't sound great, but it works well financially. Be able to work as an orderly at Hammett and come out of college with no debt after 2 years. And sometimes I think we all get too worked up about going away to school or this college or that college. Go to a college that's going to get you to that end point that Hilbert was talking about. Go to a place that has a program that's going to get you a job when you get out. And if you can do things to reduce the debt of that college, whether it's going to a local college, staying at home, it's not the end of the world. Now, Mr. Hilbert also went to a local college, Alliance College, and did live at home. I'm not going to make any comments that that college is now closed and is a women's prison. So after leaving Gannon and going to Philadelphia for medical school for 4 years, and then to New Jersey for my residency in obstetrics and gynecology, I returned to Erie, did get married, and started my own medical practice, which was not easy. To go out on your own and take out loans and hope people are going to show up at your door is not an easy thing. But again, the hard work and dedication, values that I learned from my mom and from here at Prep, helped grow that practice into one of the largest independent practices in our area. And I can tell you one of the first things I did when I got back to Erie was then there was a line to get season tickets for the basketball games. And it's been an ongoing thing since I came back to Erie. Now Haggerty, though, has us buying this box in the Mullen Gymnasium, which is a little bit more expensive than what I used to pay for season tickets. I also had the opportunity that first year back to meet John Hilbert for the first time. And we became immediate, close friends. I think our dedication, hard work, and our Prep connection really helped bond our friendship. As John says, he runs a large manufacturing facility with 750 employees. I can tell you we have about 130 employees, and it's not easy. I can't imagine what he goes through. But I can tell you this, when I wake up each day around 6 a.m. and open up the cell phone, there's emails from Hilbert that started sometime between 4:30 and 5. The other thing that's great about Prep is just in networking. The networking of the Prep community, both socially and in the business world, is incredible. In the 1990s, there was an issue getting malpractice in the state of Pennsylvania. I was able to call up a classmate of mine, John Bloomstein. He was able to work things out for us. When I needed to start a retirement plan for our practice, John Hilbert said, you gotta go see Graham Parsons, the late Graham Parsons. And again, Graham was great. We became good friends and golf buddies. And I'm glad that Tony is here, still well dedicated to Prep. 2 months ago, I was down in Florida for a couple of days vacation and ran into Ted Weschler from the class of '79. Now, we hadn't seen each other since the day we left Prep, but immediately started talking about the rallies, the sporting events, the bus trips. We worked together in a law office that was then across the street, which has since been demolished. But the friendship and bond you're going to have with your current classmates and with Prep grads in the future is unbelievable. Prep launched me into a college and medical career that has been beyond my wildest dreams. I also want to take the opportunity to thank Father Jabo and his team, because you people don't realize that before Jabo and his team showed up, there was a real concern. Was Prep going to stay open? Was it going to stay a viable school? And thanks to Jabo and his team, it is, and now Villa is. And it's kind of incredible that in 5 years, this place is going to have its 100th anniversary. And I'm glad, again, as my bio said, that my son Michael graduated from here in 2012, that my daughter Lauren has the opportunity to be at Villa, class of 2017, and my son Daniel, who I think is better known in the CYO circles as Radar. Someone will have to explain that to me. But as Mr. Hilbert said, don't sell yourself short. I'm an example that you can come from a very modest background in life and go on to achieve big things and be very successful. And again, it all starts with your faith and your family values, and this prep education is going to that future. You gentlemen are responsible to carry on 95 years of prep tradition. And I can tell you, I believe in what Ronald Reagan said, that America is exceptional, and I believe that prep is exceptional also. I would not be where I am today if it was not for my faith in God, the hard work and dedication of my Italian mother, and my years at prep. To this day, the best teacher I've ever had in a long education is Mrs. Mullen. And I'm certainly glad that the gymnasium is named after her. She constantly pushed us to do our best and to do better. I just want to do a quick few shout outs and then I'll end this. I want to shout out to the prep student body for helping with the local firemen. I know it didn't make the front page paper like other prep issues do, but I was glad to see that you guys were recognized. Mr. Rayner, I did realize in the video you seemed to need to break after about 20 seconds of carrying that hose. To this year's sports programs, and when I was looking through it, it's incredible that the majority of events in all sports were won this year by Prep over McDowell, and I think McDowell is 4, 5, 6 times larger than this place. So that's quite an accomplishment, and I'm assuming that has something to do with our athletic director, Bill Flanagan. Oh, Mr. Luvo, thanks for kicking that game-winning field goal, too. And then finally, just a shout-out to the students I've delivered in this place, which is a large number of them. And because of HIPAA government privacy regulations, I'm not supposed to mention names, but I just wanted to let you know there is proof that you can be dropped on your head and still turn out relatively okay. Mr. Flanagan from the senior class isn't here, but he would be one, and Peter Bloomstein in that junior class would be another one. Thank you very much for your attention, gentlemen. Don't sell yourself short. Use your prep education and move on. Roll Ramblers.